So can the gambler's fallacy hurt investors in 2021? 3 years we've had a growth. Now it's the time to come. And yes, you have to admit that it took 2020, a crisis year, to surprise people on the upside on the earnings front. But I mean, that's silly, of course, because people just estimated so low that yes, India Inc. was able to surprise. Can 2021 be different in that sense? Can we return to
I think
growth and earnings and market performance?
so. I think one thing I do believe in, as far as data so far, or or everything so far confirms that the riskiest end of the market, which is the small caps, which have had a terrible 2018, 19, 2020, they started to revive. I'm talking Indian small caps, but actually, even elsewhere, small caps have had a decent run this year. So I think you may well see small caps have a very good year in 2021, because risk appetite means you go and buy riskier end of the market, and I don't believe they are very risky per se, but they are more prone to a bout of sort of big euphoria or big hysteria. And I think cyclically they're due for a big move up. So I think small caps are a good place to be in. Large caps might be very patchy. I mean, so that's a different discussion altogether. But I think small caps as a category.
I'm waiting for your answer, Shankar, on this one. I think you will say, oh, Shah, but don't say that. But a lot of people have likened this onset of this up move to 2003 to 2008.
It's possible because
Oh, okay. I'm surprised
yeah,
you're saying that.
it's possible. But I mean, remember that. I mean, the scale of the move may not be as much. Now, I'm not talking only for India. I'm talking for all emerging markets, because 2003, 4, we had a terrible 2000, from 2000, I think February, March, when the tech bust happened, right? Until 2003, 4, India and emerging did very poorly. So you were at the lows. You were at the lows. It was not that you were at the highs. So a lot of that big upside move has, to some extent, been captured already. India was not trading at an index of 20,000, right? On the Sensex, it was already 30, 35,000. From there, we are at 45, 46. So 2003 was different in that sense. It was coming out of a massive bear market in the preceding 3, 4 years. This time, I do believe you might get a big emerging market bull market. But to expect a 50% compounding like what we saw between 4 and 7, which was the best ever period we have seen for Indian equities in the last, I think, 25, 30 years. In a 3, 4 year period, we compounded 50% plus. That's a bit much. I think I'll be happy that we get a 10, 15% move, up move, maybe 20% in 2021. I think that'll be great. If we get that, I'll be a satisfied man.